So pretty good driving dynamics behind the wheel of the Accord Hybrid. As I was leaving the parking lot, I noticed that the engine was running, but it wasn't necessarily revving. It was serving as like a generator to the battery to drive through the parking lot. And then as I actually got up to speed, the engine cut off for a second until I needed it to accelerate onto the main road here. I do feel like there is enough power for this hybrid so far. Of course, you don't get that same boost feel as you do with the 1.5 turbo in an Accord LX, EX, but you do have the help of that electric motor, which does come in handy. And I will say, it's around, well, it's always crowded around here, but here in Franklin, it's almost 3 o'clock, so it's getting thick out here. And it's just nice to have that, even though it's slight, just that little bit of regenerative braking. And you can kind of time yourself as to when you need to start slowing down, things of that nature. And then you're still charging the battery up as well. So one of the many pluses of having a hybrid or electric vehicle. But one thing I do like is in this mode, I should say in this hybrid configuration, just this city driving around here, the reason you're able to get such good city mileage is you're hitting the brake often, so you're taking advantage of the regenerative braking. In this EV mode, the engine hasn't been on in a minute, and I haven't noticed because I've been so busy with the traffic, but having to stop at every red light, and especially in stop and go traffic, it's nice to have that EV assist for when you need it instead of having to waste gas. Now, I do love having that instant torque coming out of a red light with the help of this EV powertrain. Again, engine is not cut on. And just a super, super quiet drive here. It's almost relaxing. It's so quiet in here. I don't even want to talk. I just want to relax after a rough day. But the other good thing is I have a Mustang Mach-E, and that's all electric. And there's just something about having a hybrid, and then you still have that same ride quality that you're used to from the gas counterpart. Now, the Accords have an extremely solid ride. They've had that what should I say? They've had that representation for several years now. And it's just nice that this carried over to this hybrid, because you're not hearing the engine run the whole time. You're just listening to the battery whirl. So I'm gonna put it into the sport mode, and I'm gonna use these paddle shifters and see what they do. So it's kind of hard to tell what's going on here. But I am in sport mode, so. Now the engine tends to get a bit loud. I don't know if that's based on speakers or whatever, but wasn't overly terrible in terms of the road noise or in terms of the engine sound. And pickup was good. I like the turbo engine pull better. I didn't think that would be the case, but that 1.5 turbo, you get 192 horsepower in the standard Accord, and that just felt quite a bit faster. But here in the sport mode, I love the regen as well. It's charging with the battery quite nicely. And then from there I can put it into the EV mode if I want to, take it out of sport. But overall competitors for this, of course, are going to be the Camry Hybrid. I don't necessarily, after driving this, I was a little bit more impressed by the older Accord hybrids, but I don't know why that's the case. The 15, I drove a 15 a few weeks ago, and I thought that was a fantastic vehicle. I have nostalgia attached to that as well, though, because I've wanted one since they came out. And this one just felt a little more strained, that 2-liter. But again, the hybrid and the Camry is pretty similar, just in terms of that strained sound when you put your foot into it. And then pricing is around the same, I think. The Camry might be a bit more expensive compared to this Sport. I'm thinking of an XLE. I think the sticker price was around 35 or 36, something like that. But still a great car. Just wish they would have put a 1.5 turbo with a hybrid motor, or with the electric motor. And this will bring me to an end of my review of the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid Sport.